Power Slap 20 got done far too long ago. It is time for my recap of this event. Great, incredible card. A lot of wild moments. We'll get to the feature fight in a little bit. But yeah, really fun card. I am dedicated now to weekly uploads. We're going to do this shit now. I'm sick of it. We're doing weekly uploads. This week we're going to get 3. Today I will be posting this video. Tomorrow, I will be recording my live reactions, or sorry, I will be posting my recorded live reactions to Power Slap 20 and the fights. I hope you guys enjoy that. I unfortunately will not be able to do that for Power Slap 21 because I will be on vacation. I'm upset too. I bet you and the 5 people that are probably watching this are devastated. But whatever, we're going to enjoy this. We're going to move on. We're going to build this shit. Let's go. First match of the night, Emmanuel Muniz versus Ryan Wallace. I thought this was gonna be at welterweight. Does it say here? No, it doesn't. No, it does say middleweight. I thought it was gonna be at welterweight. I should have read more into that. Uh, this was a pretty easy win by Muniz. Just 3 solid rounds of clean shots, right on the money. Ryan Wallace, not much to say about him. Shitty form. It's like a worse Hayden Johnson form. Like swinging it way back and trying to like pull it through and like stop it right at the end of the chin. It's just not gonna work. Especially when you're going against a guy as experienced as Muniz. I forget what they said his record was, but he's one of those guys that he's young and you forget how many fights he's had. He's had a title run, or I guess he had a small title run and a come up, and he's still fighting. So he's had quite a few fights. That experience definitely carried him through in this one. I'm excited to see him at middleweight. I don't think he's going to do great. I think we saw that when he faced Brandon Rhodes, but Brandon Rhodes is also someone moving down, so that's an iffy area. But I definitely want to see him face a better, more, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm stupid. Ranked opponent instead of Ryan Wallace, because that's bullshit. I don't know if he got ranked from this, but whatever. Moving on. Oh, I have these in the wrong order. God fucking damn it. Luke Simons versus Jaden Fanana. I still don't know if I'm saying that wrong. This was a fucking fun matchup. This was a wild one to watch. Luke comes with some solid shots in the beginning, stunning him. Eats his first 2 shots. With the last 2 shots that Simons ate, he was doing something weird. He like the refs were like, "You're moving, you gotta stay still." So he like was sitting there going like, I'm like, he was like counting it down. He was counting down the countdown. So as Jaden was like winding up, he'd go 1, 1. I'm not moving, not moving. 1, 1, moving. Like he would say, I think he was saying I'm not moving, and he would count down with him like 2, 2, not moving, not moving, not moving, and then, yeah. So that was really interesting technique from him on the last 2 strikes. All 3 of his strikes were pretty good. He delivers the best one in the last, but he got dropped in the 3rd round. Bad. Jaden with a wild comeback. Super fun. Oh my god, what am I? I'm getting so lost in this. I get so lost when I make these videos. I need to move on. But this was such a wild comeback from him. Didn't end up winning him the match because Jaden had a clubbing foul in round 2. I am just now remembering that. So that cost him the fight. Otherwise, they're bringing this to an extra round, and we could see what Jaden does from there. But regardless, we see a win from Luke Simons. Congrats. Nice win. Yeah, 28-27. I thought that was a great scorecard. Bryce Jones versus Brandon Wilson. A little bit of karma, a little bit of shoulder karma. I don't know why this bothered me so much. I think they said he, like, started off, like, 3-0 when one of those was a fucking DQ against Sakir, which was so stupid. He tried to milk for a flinch again in this when after he got hit, but they weren't gonna give it to him. It was a clean fucking strike. You can see it right here, where his palm lands. I know these are a little bit, like, odd photos, but whatever. That's another video for another day. Um Yeah, Bryce Jones is like his shoulders are up to put him down, and then clubs him anyways, so it doesn't even fucking matter. And then his shoulders were too high, and it ends up getting him knocked the fuck out. I was actually laughing, kind of happy to see that. Thought it was pretty funny. But congrats, Brandon Wilson. Brian Scrambler versus Glenn Hunter. Why was this match necessary? Why was this match necessary? Let's put a guy who got knocked out in the first round versus a guy who had a first round knocked out. And then he got knocked out again in the first round. I swear to God, if they give Brian Scrambler a fucking title shot from this, I'm gonna be pissed. He faced a nobody, knocked him out, and then he faced a guy who got knocked out right away and knocked him out. Let's not see this shit. Put him against a top contender. I'm glad we're already doing that. I'm gonna record that video soon. Like in the next couple of days. But that's gonna be a fun matchup. Him versus DeFrank. I'm getting too distracted. Come the fuck on. Let's not do this shit. Uh, he won. Great slap. Put him right out. Put him on the fucking ground. Yeah, that was a. There's nothing more to say. It was exactly what I expected. There's nothing to say. Um, AJ Hinch versus Esteban versus. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I need to gain my composure. AJ Hinch versus Esteban Sibidretta. I'm fucking sorry. What a butch on that name. What a comeback for Static Hinch. Stay at light heavyweight. Don't go down to middleweight again. You're 0-2 there. Fucking stay at light heavyweight. You may not be a champion again there. If Wolverine leaves, it's arguable. But still, you may not be a champion there right now, but you still got wild fucking power, and you've got a good chin there. The second you drop that weight for middleweight, you lose your chin. 3 great blows from AJ on this. I think Brandon Bordeaux, something I heard as I was watching back the fights, is I think he gave great advice to Esteban. He was like flopping his elbow down and trying to do that like Turpin, like whippy thing, but it wasn't working. He needs to bend it over and put more of that oomph on it. Throw it like a hook. But so yeah, so that was good coaching from Bordeaux. But otherwise, yeah, AJ dominated him. He might have had a club if I'm remembering correctly, but I don't exactly remember. But yeah, this was great. Love to see it. As a Wisconsin native, little oh my god, little Wisconsin native right here. I was so glad to see a little Milwaukee native win. Great win from AJ Hinch. Oh, holy shit. Anthony Blackburn versus Andrew Provost. Wow. One of the greatest matches you will ever see in Power Slap history. If you want to make of someone a Power Slap fan, you show them this fucking match. No doubt. The stakes on this were too high. Fuck. This was upsetting to watch live. You will see my reaction tomorrow. But Anthony Blackburn has 2 kind of weak slaps. Arguably should have been clubs. I think they're being iffy on calling things clubs when they're just fingertips because it does nothing or rarely anything. But both of his strikes are pretty high. You can even see it kind of right here. Not extremely high. Provost delivering his basic very bump. Oh fuck. Provost delivering his very usual bombastic blows, very powerful, winding it up, pausing at the end, popping it through. One and the second round, he kind of got stuck. People were trying to call it a club. I don't think it quite was a club. I really think he hits that target and he just stops there. He doesn't try to drive through. So it looked really weird. It sounded really weird. I do think it was clean though. I'm probably gonna get shit for that, but I know. But yeah, that's what first two rounds essentially the same thing. Blackburn delivers kind of a bitchy slap. I don't want to call him a bitch because I love Blackburn, but iffy slap, I guess I should say then. Blackburn fucking pulverizing blows. And then third round, Blackburn puts it right on the money. Ending the fight off. Last lap of the fight puts him down. Clean. It was a perfect strike. Especially when it seemed like Provost was moving a little bit. But puts it right on there, sits him down, and could have been stopped. It really could have been. You look at it, and it arguably should have been. People are giving Jason Herzog shit. I think it was a really shitty way to end that, and a really shitty way to do it. That yeah, it did suck to see it like that, but I do want to give Jason a little bit of credit here in the fact of he wasn't looking at his legs when you look at the camera. He's looking at him in the eyes. So there is a chance that in Provost's eyes, he was looking there and he didn't look at the stumble. Even when Provost is holding on to that table and kind of walking towards him, he's staring right in his eyes. That's still bad on Jason. But once again, for me, similar to the Nard thing, if you're able to have a guy and know a guy that's able to come back and do this shit, maybe you were right in the way that they could have continued. The fight goes to a 28-28 decision, and Provost gets that first slap. Bang! Right on three, and Blackburn was out. One of the wildest, like, flatline knockouts I've seen in a long, long time. The stakes on this, everything that led up to it, it was just crazy, wild, in my opinion, fucking beautiful. Oh my god. Upsetting as a Blackburn fan. Respect to Provost, though. What a fucking way to take out the old champion and number one contender at the time. Shit, I thought that was going to be another picture. What a win from Andrew Provost. He was concussed as fuck in that post interview, talking, like giving one word ass responses. But yeah, it was wild. He's getting the winner of whatever Cole Young Rhodes is, no doubt. But that's, once again, is another video for another day. Moving on. Nate Bernard versus Aaron. What am I saying? No, that's an old matchup. No. Dorian Perez, fuck me. Dorian Perez versus Nate Bernard. Very classic Dorian Perez, eat the shots, fucking go get him decision, as we usually see. Delivering some good blows. I think he knocked down Bernard twice, or at least they were counted as two knockdowns. I think he only knocked him down like literally once, but maybe I'm even wrong about that. Sorry about that. But regardless, yeah, classic, classic, pretty casual decision from Dorian. Just like what we'd like to see. Called out fucking DeBell. Finally got his ass a title shot, a second one. Because no one else deserves it at this fucking point. Jesus Christ. Johnny Magna's about to make a fucking argument for it, but once again, another video for another day. Tells DeBell to do the man dance, and they're about to do that shit. So, what a win. 29-26. So yeah, it does look like no, that looks like only one of the rounds is a knockdown. My bad. Moving on to the shittiest fucking title defense I've ever seen. Robert Trujillo versus Hayden Johnson. This should have been a first round fucking knockout. No doubt. I understand his shoulders were curled up and that did make it the target harder to hit. It doesn't matter. Trujillo is experienced enough to the point where he should have had that target on lock. Once they moved the shoulders in the third round, he got it. He got the knockout and kept the title. Something they don't want to mention. Look how they only show the top of this. If you were to cut this out and show the bottom part of this picture, there is the worst step you have ever seen. Robert Trujillo has one of the worst steps I've ever seen in, like, genuinely fucking puts Johnson out because he's a champion. They're not going to fucking reverse it, of course. Unless it's the early days. Even then, no. But we're not going to give it to Hayden Johnson for that bullshit. That was fucking pissed me off to see that step. Good. Hayden Johnson, you might have a future. Get training. Robert, what was that? What was that? Decent performance. I would have rather seen. He should have gone out earlier than the third round. But yeah, still good decision from Robert. And still, this was a long time ago, 4 weeks ago. So what? Fucking almost 500 days now, if not already 500. Yeah. Performances bonuses, of course, the fucking fight of the night went to this. There was no way that it was going to anyone else or any other match. Every other match was a domination or anything. This was just no fucking doubt. Shitty, understandable, but shitty and annoying. What the fuck? No, yeah, those are all the performances to see though. Great card. I'll be posting my reactions that I had live tomorrow. Like I said, probably none for Power Slap 21 because I'm gonna be on vacation. Very upsetting, but in about almost exactly a week, next either Friday or Thursday, I'm gonna try and get my video uploaded for my picks for Power Slap 21 and get those locked in. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great week. I hope the lead up to this next event is great. And yeah, I think that's all.